Welcome, Scorpio, to your 2026 tarot reading. Let's see what's going to happen for the year. So, what I will do with this reading is give you an overall view and then look at work, career, money, and then love, and then pull some extra cards to see what might be unexpected and what might be the challenge this next year. So, let's get started. I'm going to use the Samya Tarot. Runic Tarot for clarifying. Okay, one more shuffle. I'll pull 3 cards for each area. So let's get started. What do our Scorpios need to know about 226 overall energy for the year? What do our Scorpios need to know? Ooh, Page of Swords. Two of Wands. Nope, not going to take it because it didn't come easy. If it doesn't come easy, it's right there on the top. That's okay. Chariot, nice energy. 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I mean, I like that energy too, because that's, I mean, you're definitely standing up for what you believe in, what you want, where you're, just for yourself in general, kind of standing your ground a little bit. I mean, overall, with the Page of Swords, 2 of Wands, I get the feeling like you've been really working on something with the Page of Swords. That can be, learning how to do something different or taking on an initiative. The 2 of Wands is then the planning. So we have the Page of Swords with the 2 of Wands here, the planning, okay, where do I go from here? So you'll be taking on, or you already have, either way, an initiative, and it's going to be important. It's like having a goal. It is something that is going to take some work because the Page of Swords is learning something new and actually is doing some work. So it's not necessarily learning something new, but it is taking work. So it could be anything. I mean, you're just working at something. The 2 of Wands, though, is like as you're working through it, or even after you feel like you can start going, okay, now that I've done the work, how do I get to my goals? And what I really like is I feel like you really are going to take off with the Chariot. Now, the Chariot can mean travel. It can mean moving even. But most importantly, it's heading towards something. And I feel like it's heading towards the goal because it follows the 2 of Wands here for you. So whatever it is you're working on, it feels like it's really moving this year in 2026. It's really going to move ahead for you. Let's clarify the Page of Swords to get a better idea of what this is. It is important to you too with that 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's the Lovers and the 2 of Wands. So it could be a partnership of some sort. The Lovers can also be about choices. And then, anytime we see twos are about balance and can be choices as well. But it could be a partnership. It could be love. It could be choices. But it is saying that, yeah, you're working on how to move forward. That's what the Page of Swords is. Now, what do I do next? How do I get there? So this is something you've definitely got your eyes set on. What is the 2 of Wands? What is the 2 of Wands? Okay, that's 5 of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. Boy, there is some young cards here being the pages, but that 5 of Pentacles, there could be something about trust. When I look at this 5 of Pentacles, we have the guy sitting here with the coat. Well, the guy walking away leaves this guy, he's hurt, with the coat. And this guy with the coat has to trust that he'll get help and come back and get him because he can't move on his own. And the Page of Pentacles to me is the page. All pages are young, and to me, all pages are learning because of the age. But this page is very has specific goals and works towards those goals and stays consistent and stays focused. So I do feel like, though, that there is something here about trust for you. So if this is a relationship situation, what you are working towards and on is trusting. Um, and you are putting a lot of work into that. If it's not, you could be working on how to make more money. Like you might be feeling a little bit in a money crunch. So that this energy is like you working towards, um, how am I going to make money? The page is the work that you're doing. So you could be learning a skill, could be applying for jobs, could be working on, some kind of side gig or working on your own company. But the Page of Pentacles is definitely the work that you're doing. What I like is the Chariot, because this is the energy that goes after it. So this is you in the planning stages, right? The Page of Swords and the Two of Wands. Although the Two of Wands is that plan, is that map. This is how I want to get there. But this is the actual movement, which is the Chariot. Tell me more about the Chariot. What can we know more about the Chariot? We've got the Tower, the Six of Cups. Interesting. So the Chariot in this situation is prompted by a change. So something changes. I feel like it changes your plans. Something may be coming back around from the past, a past person, a past job. A, it could be even a memory that's causing you to really move forward. Now, I think what happens here, just intuitively, is that Two of Wands energy, where you're planning and working through how to get there, that Tower says to me something changes dramatically, and I think it pushes you forward faster than you might have normally gone. So you'll find an urgency sometime during the year where you'll say, okay, I need to move now. It feels to me more like a job. The Lovers does feel a little bit like love, but it does feel more like partnership. But there's definitely something you're working through and planning on doing. So let's take a look at, career, money. Let's do that. Okay, what do our Scorpios need to know about career, money? Well, maybe. If I can pick up the darn cards. Okay. 3 cards for career, money, work, family, home, any of those things. Ace of Swords. It could be a brand new idea coming in. Ten of Swords. Wow, Ace to the 10. Quickly. And Page of Pentacles. Also keep in mind to, reminder to hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the reading. I kept going because I want more. Also, please leave me a comment. I like to hear what's going on too. That does help. So it's weird to me because we have the Ace of Swords, and when it goes straight to the 10, it feels like something happens really fast. But I'm getting the overall feeling here with work, career, money. You get some kind of epiphany or idea or some kind of bright idea here, and there's something that comes to an end. I feel like you put it to an end because of this Ace of Swords. This Ace of Swords could be learning something. Keep in mind, aces are usually up in your brain a little bit, or I mean swords, not aces. So the sword is saying, you either have an epiphany or you learn something. The Ten of Swords is closing the door on, just being done. I'm done. But what it does do is it leads you to go on a different search and handle it differently. Now, we did have the Page of Pentacles in the last part as a clarifier. This is coming up in the reading. And I look at this page and I'm thinking he's worked awful hard to get this one coin. And I feel like there is definitely something you're going to be putting to an end because you go, no, this isn't what I need. There's more out there. Could be a job. It could be an idea because it's all swords here. And then I pulled one more card, which is the Magician. And I feel like you know, with this coupled with, especially with this Page of Pentacles, this is following it, is you have the skills that you need. You have all of the tools. The magician has all the tools at his disposal. Um, and because he has them all, he's capable to do a lot. So I think that's a good reminder. Let's see what this ace is. This is interesting. This feels like you learned something about your job or skill or something that, let's see. Whoa, there's that tower again. You are going to have a shift in energy. It's come up twice. So the Eight of Swords, there's something here where you like feel like you're stuck, but this is changing, and that's what I think gives you a bright idea. Like goes, okay, my whole idea has changed here. I think because for some reason, if you're feeling stuck, that's going to change. And when that does, it opens you up to new ideas. So when something new starts. Now, it's interesting to me to have it followed by the Ten of Swords. So let's take a little bit better look at that Ten of Swords. What's going on with that Ten of Swords for our Scorpio so we can put this together? Um, you know what? I feel like the Five of Wands with the star there, you have had conflicting probably dreams. Like if you've had some idea of where you've wanted your career, love, or not love, career or money to go, you've had these ideas, but you've been conflicted on what you really, really, really want, which is the star is what you really, really, really want. And the five is that conflict. That conflict is now over. This is the epiphany. I now understand exactly what I want. So something happens, and I would say more towards the beginning of the year, maybe January, February, maybe even March, where you go, no, like this is going to be you something happens that brings in an idea for you. And once that idea hits, you realize that you no longer need to do whatever it is you're doing now, and you're going to put an end to that, and you're going to start doing something new. It may take some work. Let's take a look at that. That was really odd. I think that Ten of Swords was also at the bottom of the deck when I pulled the clarifiers. So Page of Pentacles for our Scorpios, please make sure. Strength and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you put an end to something, which, yes, this is, you're going to have to be strong, but yet the Page of Pentacles is you being strong, but yet Knight of Swords really diving into something deep. So there's something you're really going to dig into, whether it's learning something new or a brand new career. There is a discovery happening, and it does send you straight towards where you need to be. Like you're just going to go for it. There's that Ten of Swords again. Is that Ten of Swords? Yep. And it's twice that it's come up. So it's definitely something's coming to an ending this year for you. I feel like it's a good ending because it's followed by good cards. Tell me what the Magician is. What is the Magician for career? The Devil and the Five of Pentacles. So, well, that's interesting because I might change the meaning of that Magician. It could mean that you're going to really need to decide on who you can trust. There may be someone out here who's not being completely honest with you. And I have the Five of Pentacles with the Devil card. Those are not the best combinations to have. The Five of Pentacles in this deck, I feel, is kind of about trust, but it also can be about not having money. The Devil is addiction. It's also being stuck on ideas or how to do something, but it is some kind of attachment. Usually unhealthy, but not always. Sometimes it's just you need to know about it. I would say as the year goes on, and if some opportunity comes in with this Page of Pentacles energy, I would just ask all of the questions so that you don't stumble down a wrong path. It may not be anything at all. Maybe that you have all the tools, but it also could be with these clarifiers that someone might not be 100% honest with you. So if you're getting a job opportunity, look at everything. Look at the company, look at the person. If it's a contract, read it twice. Don't just not read it, because there could be something hidden, even if it's not intentional. There could be something that you don't know that you feel like might be hidden from you. So let's take a look at romance, love, relationships in general, partnerships, anything relationship related for our Scorpios for 2026. We've got the King of Coins there. What else do we have? Three of Pentacles. And Eight of Swords. Wow, interesting energy. Seven of Swords. Okay, you've definitely been struggling. What I do like to see, the 7 to the 8, there's growth there, but that 8 is a hard card. The King of Pentacles, now this could be a earth sign. It could be like a father figure too, or someone has the means to help you. The Three of Pentacles, though, I feel like this is, since this is relationships, this could definitely be a family member. And the Three of Pentacles is, I feel like you're in a group now, or you'll find a group that you feel like you really fit in. So the Three of Pentacles is collaboration. A lot of times it goes with work, but in a relationships of any kind, it's where you really together you can really create, like you have different skill sets so that you're able to really create something more. That's what I get the feeling with the Three of Pentacles. Now the Eight of Swords is that stuck energy. Keep in mind the Eight of Swords to me is a lot is, are you just stuck because you think you are, or are you really stuck? Because there's times sometimes when we're really stuck. You know, we have a personal situation where we can't change that situation, and so we are stuck in a circumstance. But there's a lot of times we only think we are. You know, we're envisioning us being stuck, and we're not really stuck. It's asking us to clear our mind a little bit. But let's see what those are really about as far as relationships. I feel like you might feel like you're stuck in a situation. So my intuitive reading of these cards, and this is intuitive, will clarify it. So for some of you, this will resonate, some may not, is that you feel like if you leave a situation with that Three of Pentacles, let's say you want to do something different, but if you leave, you'll leave them in a bind. And so you feel stuck because you feel like, oh, if I leave, then I, well, will I leave them in a bind? This could be work relationships, they're just with all those pentacles, but it also could be a relationship. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to want to leave. I'm just saying it's for some of you because that came up very intuitively, not. So the King of Pentacles is the Six of Cups. This is someone from your past, Scorpio. Six of Cups, and they are someone that you dream about. So this definitely could be love or romance, or even if you're not daydreaming in that kind of way, it could be someone that you look up to as well. So everybody, it depends, but it's definitely someone that you think about. But here I would be careful because this is the warning I get with the Four of Cups. You're looking somewhere else, and then the real gift is right here. So are you seeing them for not really what they are? So just think about that when we go off in these daydreams. Are we just making things up because it feels right? So, but this could be someone from your past coming back around, and it's someone that you do think about. And I do feel like with that Three of Pentacles there, yeah, you could definitely start something, or this could be an ongoing relationship. There's nothing like an ace here. There's nothing saying that this is necessarily new. It's not saying it's not either. It's just not necessarily new. Three of Pentacles. God, you keep getting that Five of Pentacles. I'd be a little bit, watch your money for this year. Maybe, be careful about how much money you spend. So this is Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. And those are two different kinds of cards here. So the three gets you there. So if you're feeling like you've been kind of down in like the trust situation, all of that, and then there's the Ten of Pentacles. This Three of Pentacles is like the bridge between the 5 and the 10 here. So this could be a relationship, and it could be a group. It could be just one. It could be love. It could be work, where you really kind of when you get together, you really feel like you're a part of something, and you feel like this situation can really take you to, a really good relationship, into, like into your future type of thing. Whether this is a work relationship, I really get the feeling it's work, but for some of you it's love. But I do feel like it's a good place. It's going to take you a long way. Um, there's just so many pentacles coming up now. It could be earth signs too around you. So the Eight of Swords, please. What do we need to know about this as far as relationships go? Hermit, Five of Pentacles. Okay, because Five of Pentacles, or the King of Wands, is at the bottom of the deck, because the Five of Pentacles is coming up in this love situation, I think it's more about trust in relationships. There is something where you are really you're on a search, and you're searching for someone you trust. There's something about this situation that you're worried about the trust part of it. Because the Eight of Swords is telling me that you have not found what you really trust. With the Hermit is the search. The Five of Pentacles is that trust piece. So, it's kind of asking you, have you just not found that? And do does this person within this Three of Pentacles, which I feel like that's a person, are they not meeting that criteria of yours or something? That's what it kind of feels to me. Is there anything else we need to know about love for our Scorpios? There's nothing like super prominent here in this love reading. It doesn't mean that love won't find you or won't grow if you're already in a relationship. I just think it's not going to be your sole focus, because we're getting so many pentacles. We got the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Yeah, hang on there, because what you really want, once you open up your eyes, so to speak, which is what I say a lot with the Four of Cups, you'll find what you want. So it doesn't mean you can't have this other relationship along the way if you're looking for love. Just remember that there may be more out there. So hang on to what you want and what you believe, because to me that says it's gonna happen. That's kind of like the advice there. Okay, let's keep moving. So what do we got? We are going to do unexpected, unseen energy, unseen energy. What's hiding? Challenge, strength, and what's the most important thing for you to know for 2026? So what is the unexpected happenings of 2026? The Emperor. What is unseen? Five of Pentacles again, guys. You're worrying me here. Okay, challenge is the Six of Wands, and strength, Two of Swords. It's up to you. That's what that's saying. What is the most important thing, or what, for you to know for 2026? Mm-hmm. Oh, the Sun. And then the wheels at the bottom of the deck. With the wheel there and then the Sun, definitely things are going to move in the right direction. It may feel like there's that stuck card. There may feel sometimes where you're feeling a little stuck throughout the year. I think that's okay. It's a whole year, as part of it. But the Emperor is your unexpected. Now, this could be someone that comes in. I'll clarify it. But it also could be you taking kind of control of your situations in general this year. This is an unexpected energy, so I'm almost getting the feeling like it's someone. Let's clarify the Emperor, please. Clarify the Emperor. Yeah, the Strength card and the Eight of Swords. Didn't we have that exact matchup? Maybe not. Thought we did. Have to go back and look. Now I already forget. But I feel like that the Emperor, this unexpected energy, I think is the realization that you can get out of this, because you've got the Strength card with the Eight of Swords. Part of me feels like this Emperor is you taking control and realizing that you're only as stuck as you choose to be. Like you always have your way out. And I already said, like, I don't believe that in all cases, but I feel like this is saying that you're going to take back control and you are going to move forward this year. The Five of Pentacles is showing up in the what you don't see. Now, it keeps coming up over and over again. There's a couple things with the Five of Pentacles. I talked to you earlier, that was trust. This is also about finding different ways to do things. It's also about watch your money, because it could be a forewarning about money in general. Five of Pentacles, they're kind of down on their luck. But in the Rider White, these two people are wounded and they're walking by the church. They keep walking. Why is that? Maybe the church never hasn't helped them before, so now it's time to do something new. So what I do feel like is happening here is I almost get the feeling like there is something happening in the background where you're going to realize that you need to do things differently than you've ever done them before. This feels like to me like a clearing year for you. Like, okay, I'm just gonna, this hasn't worked for me in the past, so I'm gonna do this differently. So, and it's weird because the control is the unexpected, like having control. So they kind of go together, like where you're going to take back control and say, no, I'm not going to be stuck anymore. Darn it, I'm going to take control. And I think you surprise yourself with that, because it kind of feels like it comes out of nowhere. Sometime I almost get the feeling this happens earlier on, like maybe April, March, April of the year, but you're like you surprise yourself this year. And then you have the Six of Wands in your challenge. There's something here to me about being seen. You may feel like you're not being seen, whether it be at work or in love or in relationships or in a marriage, whatever. There's something here that you want to be noticed and you're struggling on getting noticed. Again, keep that wide open because that could be any life area. Anything else on the Six of Wands? And this is a challenge. It's not like predictive, like you're going to not get noticed. No, this may be a challenge that you face. And you have the Temperance and the Devil. Now, these both can be addiction cards. Now, Temperance normally isn't. It's a beautiful card. However, I've seen it come up in cases where it is a stuck energy, an addiction energy. Um, but I'm almost getting the feeling that there may be someone, and it could be, it doesn't have to be love, but it could be any life area where somebody, you really want the attention from them and you really want them to see you. And this is the challenge that you will have. The Temperance, I feel like, is that more balanced energy, but I feel like that's part of the struggle too. That your intention is more, you want to push it. You don't want it to be quiet, like, the quiet strength or the quiet balance. Now, it's up to you, and this is in your strength. You hold the swords. In other words, it's up to you. You make the decision here. What is this decision about? It's Two of Swords. What is this decision about? There's that King of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, you can go with the flow with the King of Pentacles, or you can stand up and do things the way you want to do them. I think both are going to have a positive and a negative, right? The positive is the here's the example. The King of Pentacles is a boss of a company or something. He can give you money, but it may not be the best option because it may not make you the happiest. Where the Seven of Wands is, I'm going to stand up and do what I want to do. Well, maybe the pay won't be as good or consistent, but at least I'll be doing what I love. So there's that decision you're holding in your hand. However, the decision more importantly too is on this Seven of Wands, where you have to decide, there's some kind of offer you're going to get, and you're going to have to decide at what point do I say yes and let something go, or how much do I stand up to it? And sometimes, that's a fine line. When someone's offering us something, it's always a give and take, and you have to realize, what am I willing to give? Well, it's almost more like, not because if it's work or something like that, you're willing to give the work. It's more like, what am I willing to give up? So there may be something like where you have to travel and you don't know if you really want to travel that much, or that kind of energy. Then what is the most important thing for you to know is the sun, is the joy, the happiness. There's something like really important that you need to focus on this, focus on that joy, the sun. There's something here that the cards are telling you that's really, that in the end 2026 you'll go, wow, like was really good. So there, and brings in happiness. It's not just that it was really good, but it was really good. So tell me more about the sun, please. Oh, Knight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you're headed for Six of Swords. Great cards. There could be a move for you that maybe like brings in complete joy with the Knight of Wands and the Six of Swords. Those are both move cards. But I feel like, yeah, there's something that with this year that you need to know how, Nine of Pentacles, how successful you are. You do reach some successes. Doesn't come easy. That Knight of Wands job isn't easy. Gets really tired. It's a lot of energy. But the Six of Swords is you are headed, if you aren't going to, I think you will get there. Right now, you're going to be headed to I want to say happier place, but it's like leaving the rocky waters into those smooth waters. That's the Six of Swords. So all in all, because of your success and your hard work here, you're going to be able to enjoy something new on the horizon. And it's almost exciting, and it could definitely be a move or something, but it definitely feels good. So overall, that's really good. Let's pull some oracle cards for you. I'm going to pull two. I'm going to pull one from the Somnia Oracle and then one from the Enchanted Map Oracle. They're going to be completely different messages. These are two totally different oracle type cards. So what is the Somnia? Nope. For Scorpio. Oh, the Ancestor. Feels like a Hierophant energy a little bit here. The Ancestor. Page 7. Wow, it's right at the beginning. So here, I'll give you a quick reading on that. Heritage, wisdom, connection, guidance, legacy, tradition. In this divine moment, we are reminded that the guidance we seek has been innately woven into our very being. The ancestor calls us to reclaim what is ours and to honor the hidden wisdom that flows through our veins. This is perfect for Scorpio. We are invited to stand at the threshold between worlds where the teachings of the past illuminate our present journey. Countless generations have brought us into being, each one contributing to the momentum that carries humanity forward. We stand not as an individual, but as a culmination of those who came before us. Their love and protection reverberates across the expanse of time, reassuring us that we are never truly alone. And that's kind of nice, because if you feel like sometimes when you're alone, that knowing that you are never really alone, I kind of like that. That was kind of nice. Okay, and one more message from the Enchanted Map. I'm trying to stay organized here, Scorpio. What do our Scorpios need to know from the Enchanted Map? Let's see. Strength. It's probably, 44 is the card number. I think you had 2 4s clarifying something too as well. So maybe 44 is good to think about into this year. Let me put that card down and search for 40. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find this 44. Keep going by it. But what does the strength mean? I think we know, right? Your true strength comes out not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith of a higher power. The strength, let's see. Have courage and dive in for magic in the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on a higher power working through you, all is possible. You can do anything now. So it's remember that there is a higher power that can help you, and let that work through you. you know, don't work against it. So there you have it, Scorpio. What a great reading. Quick reminder to hit that thumbs up button. I do personal readings. Link to my email is in the description. Take care. Have a beautiful day.